to begin with, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what motivated you and your co-editor, the late Dennis Rondinelli, to produce Leadership for Development, What Globalization Demands of Leaders Seeking Change, published last fall by Comerian Press?
Yes, thank you. My name is John Heffron. I am a professor of history and associate director of the Pacific Basin Research Center, a research unit of Soka University of America, which is a small residential international liberal arts college located in Southern California. The Pacific Basin Research Center was established in 1991 under the leadership of the late John D. Montgomery, like Rondinelli, an internationally recognized development scholar. Its purpose or mission is to study and better understand the development experience as felt by both the people and societies undergoing development and by its engineers at home and abroad. This, our most recent book, was written to fill what we saw as a gap, a rather glaring gap, in the literature both of development and leadership, bringing together these two subjects in an effort to shed mutual light on both of them, to better understand the type of leadership that makes for successful development, as well as to better understand the special demands that development projects place on local, national, and transnational leaders.
Why do you believe leadership is so important in development?
Well, development is a process of change requiring not only the mobilization of human, financial, and physical resources, but also the sometimes painful adjustment of human and organizational behavior. All this requires leadership of the highest degree and kind. Because development is not a static but a dynamic process, it also requires different types of leaders using different styles and approaches at different stages of the change process. Our diversified yet interconnected world poses new challenges to leadership and its role in improving people's lives, which ultimately is what development is all about. Wise, sensitive, and foresighted leadership is crucial to development, and yet it has not received the attention it deserves from either development or leadership scholars, in our view.
Based on your research, what leadership style seems to be the most effective?
Well, one thing is clear. The old command and control approaches to leadership we saw in the 1960s are completely counterproductive in today's more democratic world. Probably the most effective leadership today is exercised through collaboration and team building rather than through orders issued from above. John F. Kennedy, as my own chapter shows, was unique in this way, eschewing an authoritarian style of leadership for one that was more highly interactive, discursive, and based on coalition building. The famous Kennedy Brain Trust, what one brain truster called his so-called band of brothers of foreign policy intellectuals, worked in coalition with the president to reshape American foreign policy. Our studies show that exercising leadership for development in a globalizing society requires more subtle and sophisticated traits than directive styles allow. Integrating, coordinating, empowering, and collaborating become far more effective than commanding and controlling.
What is your intended audience for this book? Who are you hoping to reach with its lessons for successful leadership for development?
I think the book would work very nicely as either the primary text or supplemental reading for upper division undergraduate and graduate students in international development studies, or in courses that deal with or incorporate questions of economic development or international business and management. It would also make an excellent reference for professionals and practitioners in international development assistance agencies, non-governmental organizations, and government workers, especially those in Asia and Latin America. Finally, the book contains a variety of case studies that would make good teaching materials for the growing number of executive education and training programs on leadership development, especially, again, in the areas of international business and management for developing and emerging markets around the world. As James McGregor Burns, the Dean of Leadership Studies, writes in the back of our book, here's what it looks like, the front cover, attractive front cover, I think. He writes, offers advanced thinking by leading experts on the application of both transnational leadership and transforming leadership to vital and demanding questions of global development. Highly recommended.
Thank you, Dr. Heffron.
Thank you.